Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca Moses. I'm currently a sophomore at NYIT and I'm studying for my bachelor's in computer science. And today I wanted to speak about the thought-provoking philosophical aspects pertaining to the short story, Story of Your Life by Ted Chiang. And I wanted to specifically focus on the question of whether free will is real. So the story introduces a central theme, which is the heptapod's foreknowledge. So, imagine knowing your future, a concept that challenges your understanding of free will. That's exactly what the heptapods have. So it makes you think, if our lives were really predetermined, do we really have the ability to make choices, or are we just simply following a script of our everyday lives? Through this story, I have come to have questions such as stuff about the consequences of foreknowledge and how it leads to fatalism, which is the belief that the future is unchangeable. So with the knowledge of the heptapod's foreknowledge, casual determinism poses another challenge when determining whether free will is possible or even real. It goes with the idea that every choice is a result of preceding causes. It makes you think whether your choices are genuinely of free will or if you're just reacting predetermined responses of external factors within our lives. The story also presents a fascinating paradox with Lois and the salad bowl. It also helps us to understand really the ideas of foreknowledge, fatalism, and determinism and how it all connects. So in this scene, Lois is at the market and she sees a wooden salad bowl. And even though she has the foreknowledge that she will be purchasing this salad bowl, she still picked it up anyways. She had stated that she simply just reached out and took the bowl from the shelf, and how the motion didn't feel like something she was forced to do. Rather, it felt like an instinct that she felt was right in the following. This paradox helps to encapsulate the feeling of knowing the future, but also feeling like you have a choice in the matter. Another example from this short story that helped me to determine whether free will was real would be the event where Lois decides to forge ahead her relationship with Gary, despite being aware of the eventual end. This decision helps to encapsulate the complexity with the decision of choice and faith. So, Lois consciously decides to get into a relationship with Gary, even though she knew it would end in heartbreak. I feel as though this scenario goes to challenge the conventional understanding of free will. I say this because one would think that knowing how a relationship would end, they would just decide not to go into that relationship to avoid that heartbreak. But, however, Lois made the decision to choose love and connection, despite the inevitable sorrow. It helps to emphasize the profound nature of humans within the constraint of foreknowledge. As humans, I know we like to think we have control over our future and we can make our own destinies. However, when considering concepts such as foreknowledge, fatalism, casual determinism, these beliefs are challenged. So as I reflect on the philosophical questions and the other events that occur in the story, I personally lean towards the idea that free will is real. This is because even with the foreknowledge of the future, one still possesses the ability to choose a different path. For example, Lois didn't really have to buy the salad bowl if she didn't truly want to, but she had the knowledge of the preceding events that would occur if she did buy it. So that basically made her choose that decision to buy it, in a way. So in the end, I feel that free will is possible, but with the idea of foreknowledge, I feel that I wouldn't want to change things because that could just lead to an ever-changing future. But before we conclude, I also want to speak on another event that happens within the short story that helps for me personally to believe that free will does exist. So from the story, I like to consider Lois's decision to have her daughter. This is because she had foreknowledge, yet she was still aware of the joy and heartbreak that came with having her daughter. The choice to embark motherhood rather than to worry about the roller coaster that's ahead of her goes to echo the idea of free will in a way. Lois could have opted out of becoming a mother and denying herself of that heartbreak of losing her daughter in the future. This event helps to emphasize that even with the awareness of future pain, the power of choice remains integral within the human experience. So to conclude, the short story of your life helps to promote contemplation on the nature of free will, challenging our assumptions and forcing us to confront the paradox embedded in our understanding of choice and destiny. Thank you for joining me in this exploration. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below and tell me, do you think free will is real or is it even possible?